So you have to TP in a lot.
Okay.
And when you do that, while it might work, I think good teams will look for you and punish you when you do that. Because that's, I mean, apart from the Suzu, that's all you have. And you can't get out. That's why I have mixed feelings about it. Like, yes, it's good, but at the same time, I don't know how to play it without getting hard punished.
Here's the thing. You need to she obviously does have some ranged limitations compared to like an Ana, for example, right? But I want you to look at this situation right here. Okay, so you said you TP in, you're gonna die. You're not wrong, especially with, I know Suzu, it's like the idea here is not that you're always TPing in with your die, but here's the idea. The TP needs to be a option that you have that other supports don't have. For example, let's watch this fight right here. If you guys are to dive, can you see where my mouse is right now?
Yeah.
If you were to dive right here, obviously bubble would be a problem, but you would be able to heal your tank line and your DPS from this positioning right here, correct? Just like an Ana. But what's the difference between an Ana being here and you being here?
Yeah, I have my TP. I can.
You have your TP. If they try to counter dive you or this Genji dives you, it doesn't work. It's not so much that you need to TP in with a dive, it's the fact that you can play really any position that an Ana normally would, even more aggressively for more damage and more healing, but you don't get punished for it. You're not using TP aggressively, almost ever. Like that's something you need to often avoid. But you can play more aggressively to assist your dive with your range, with your spam, with whatever, and just not die for it. Now, if Ana lands a nade, that's a big deal, but there's a high risk for that. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep watching. Yeah. Let's keep watching for that mindset. Okay, so heal, like damage right here. Okay, heal. There's the Suzu. Okay, probably needed to use that, sadly. Your Genji, okay, so this is where you don't TP. So I look at your Genji right now. He's in super deep. You TP in here, you die. So what do? You don't TP. You just spam. Spam.
Yeah.
Spam. Now this fight's basically lost. Nice shot. But again, have you at any point felt like, oh, I could die up until now? Not really, right? There's never been any risk at all. It's been almost like I could even break it down to the point to where like I think you could have been using corners better here. Like you have so much confidence in your survivability right now that you're just doing whatever the heck you want. And that's kind of what the hero lets you do. Like, leverage her mobility as a get out of jail free card, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
And let's see if there's opportunities to do that. So like right here, why does this theoretically work? Because if you think about this is what we said not to do, right? You're TPing in. But why do you think this has a high potential to work?
I mean, I have a bubble to dance around with.
Okay. What else?
And I can also drop. I can wall climb back up.
Yes. Yes.
Like.
Yes. What do you think the enemy's response to this dive is going to be as well? Look at what's happening right now. They're all falling off. You see this? It's chaos.
Yeah.
It's very hard to focus you down and punish you for the lack of cooldown here. I will say that I think this Suzu is also too soon. I understand that it does have a cast time, but this does not seem good to me.
Yeah, I don't think it had any value, to be honest.
I agree. I think it would have been better to save in this situation. For example, right now, you want to wall climb back up. You can Suzu right now. That would have been very impactful. But again, I know you're thinking like, okay, I can't TP in aggressively all the time, and I agree with that, but yet you just did, and you got away with it. Ana could never do that. Could never do that. So
I think they got booped by my Suzu. I just realized.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Maybe that was the big brain play all along.
Imagine.
The dive with the Suzu. Booped them off. You might be right. You know what? Actually, I think it was your Winston jump plus the Suzu. I think it was a double boop.
Yeah.
That's actually that's really funny. Okay. And this is all fine. Like look at where you were positioned right there. Like just fighting Lucio right there. Okay. Okay. I think let's just keep watching, but I have a feeling that at the end of this it's going to be more about I'm going to want you to continue to stress test these ideas and experiment them than me giving you hard rules with Kiriko.
Yeah.
Like right there. You're going to get away with that. Why?
Well, They would have to use cooldowns to get to me, and I
Yeah.
can still
Yeah.
still have my Suzu. I can drop
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
climb
You'll
back
have it
up.
again soon, right? And you're gonna be okay until then as well. So let's actually talk about her ult. Really, very important that you understand this correctly, because this ult is frankly bad. And if it makes you feel any better, I think a lot of Overwatch Sig teams are struggling with this ultimate a little bit because it's not super intuitive. So tell me the problems with this ultimate. Think about it. Now I'm cheating because I'm telling you that it's bad, but I want you to try and reason why it might be bad.
So, because if we stay in it, we don't have LOS of anyone. They all back off.
Right. It's too easy to kite, too easy to hide from this, too easy to split, and then for you to pursue means that you end up losing the benefit. So how would you use it properly? In this fight right now, how would you use it?
I think I should drop and then decide either to use it on the monkey and I think Lucy on the left, or like either on point or towards their choke.
Why don't you dive, and then once the dive has landed and officially reached the targets, then you press your Kiriko ultimate. Because what is the other big benefit of Kiriko ultimate? Besides the speed, besides
cooldown,
triple speed. So if you use your cooldowns, Kiriko ultimate, you can use your cooldowns again. You see what I'm saying? Now, that might not apply with your Suzu because you might be saving your Suzu and you want to kind of make sure that you need it. But for your monkey's jump, for your monkey's bubble, for your Genji's dash, for your Lucio's amp, that's a big deal. Because you guys might amp speed, jump, bubble, and dash here, or maybe even TP, and now you've resetted all of those cooldowns after they've been used. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't think about that.
So that's something to consider here. I think the best play here would have been to amp speed. You don't TP. You just walk in, reach a target, and the Kiriko ultimate on the floor. Because what they're going to do is, if you jump an isolated target like this right here, they're going to try and counter push you, right? They're going to try and push you from behind. So then you're going to Kiriko ultimate the floor, and then either they're going to have to let this on a die, or they're going to have to try and push through the Kiriko ultimate into you. You kind of see what I'm saying? Either option feels really, really bad. You need to make them choose. Right now, they just have to run away. It's just run. We're not even on the honor right now. Just run. It might still work because it's an ultimate, right? It's gonna work. By the way, again, do you see your TP usage here? Think about this again from an honor perspective. You're honor right now. This feels horrible, right?
Yeah.
But it's not because you're Kiriko. Because guess what? Oh, I'm low. I Suzu, and guess what else I can do? If I get under real pressure, I can just TP away.
Again, TP.
Right. So I think what you do here in terms of the execution of the dive, ignoring the Kiriko ultimate, is pretty much exactly how you're going to be playing Kiriko ultimate. It's honestly just this exact same thing. Did you ever play Reaper Sombra Moira with Winston?
Yeah, in the last couple of months.
Okay, it's pretty much the same thing. It's the same thing. Your Moira, you're never like fading in, but you always have the fade as an escape cooldown, and that allows you to play aggressively. Get your get out of jail free card. Excuse me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but the difference between Moira and Kiriko is you just do so much more in these dives than Moira ever does. Your ultimate is better. Your escape cooldown is better. You do more damage. You heal. Split off angles more. Like, she does probably more healing per second in a group, but you have an easier time healing your Genji, healing your Tracer than a Moira would. All right, so right here, this is crucial. What do you think? Because you're TPing as we speak. Well, what do you think? Let me give you a little hint here. This is not the most important thing on the battlefield, but it's worth knowing. Do you see this here? Do you see the Genji just jump here?
Yeah.
What does that tell you? How does that affect your TP?
I mean, he's looking to basically assassinate me or something.
I mean, he's just got an angle, right? So if you TP here, what is that Genji doing?
Nothing.
Can he punish you for using this TP?
No.
They just used nade on you before you TP'd. So what do you have to worry about with this TP? What's the only thing on the entire battlefield that might punish you for this TP?
Lucio.
Maybe booping you, or the Winston. I guess the Winston is still here as well, okay? Are you confident about this TP being safe if there's no Genji to follow up whatsoever?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, no one can push me from this door where our Monkey and Reaper.
I think so too. I think this is
just a Lucio.
This is a perfect example of like the aggressive TP working because you're TPing away from like half their team. You have your Suzu, and if we really want to dig deep, you got your beat here. I imagine you guys are probably going to beat engage, and that you guys are you don't even care. But I think, oh wow, your Lucio just dies. But this is not something you're going to get punished for. And it's honestly a lot like Winston jump, where, you know, bad Winston guys are going to tell you never jump aggressively, always jump defensively. But there's a lot of nuance to that question. You kind of see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Kiriko. It's like, I can TP to a corner, or I can TP to a high ground, or like we saw in that one fight, I'm going to TP to high ground. They're all going to get booped off, so I'm going to have plenty of time to restabilize. Or I'm going to TP away from one of their DPS, so actually they're going to be down one, so I'm not going to get punished. Or you saw that they used a bunch of cooldowns there, like they used nade or whatever. Okay, I'm going to TP now because they're not going to have those cooldowns to punish me when I actually jump to where I want to be. So it's a tricky question. But the reason why I'm bringing I want you to start thinking about these things, essentially. Like, I want you to kind of look at each situation and be like, could I have TP'd in there? Did I need to TP there? And if so, why? You know, why not? And so on. Because it's a very, it really is, it's like what, like right now, could you, like, let's say your Reaper isn't low here. Let's say your Reaper doesn't troll the lobby. Okay, so your Reaper gets forced out. Would you TP in this fight? Look at the ults, look at the situation if you can see it, and tell me. It's really hard to see, honestly, but can you see? Okay, would you TP in here? You're blading in as we speak.
Oh, with the we're blading in, yes.
Okay. So right, this is the same thing as the Nano Zarya with Ana the previous round. Remember, where you can capitalize off the attention your Genji's getting by going in more aggressively than normally would. Right. I would also say again, if you guys have a free beat here, which you do, that if you know you're going to beat engage, go for it. There's absolutely nothing that can punish you. Right. There it is, right there. Now, this particular instance, it doesn't apply because you have to help your Reaper, but it's a good mental exercise. Do you kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. That wraps it up.